Hi guys, this is me. I am a mechanical engineering student at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. I love robots, roller coasters, and romanticism. You heard me right. I said romanticism. Not something you typically pair with engineers, huh? Well, your opinion is about to change. Today, I'm going to show you that all engineers are actually hopeless romantics. That's right. Your favorite romantic poets, Wordsworth and Keats, have a lot more in common with modern-day engineers than you'd think. In fact, they all shared the same 9 characteristics. The first characteristic is seclusion. Romantics value seclusion in nature. And engineers, we also experience seclusion. We might tell you it's because we work best alone, where there are no distractions, and that during seclusion we develop our best inventions. But let's be honest. The truth is, we have no social skills. Why else do you think we build robots? They're our only companion. We avoid all social contact, either by choice or by default, because the thought of making small talk with strangers is unnerving. We don't mind though. We're too busy inventing the next big thing. The second characteristic is the idealization of child's play. Romantics value the innocence and simplicity of child's play, and engineers value the child's mind because we believe that the more you learn and the more experience you have, the less creative you become. Once you've solved a problem one way, you're more likely to solve a similar problem the exact same way as before. This deters engineers from thinking outside of the box or trying a new design technique. But if you approach a problem as innocently as a child, you are more likely to come to a more creative solution. The third characteristic is the value of pastoral scenes. Romantics enjoy the peaceful scenery of the countryside rather than the hustle and bustle of the city. Engineers also value the wide open space of pastoral scenery because, let's be honest, crowded cities make it difficult to test our inventions. I mean, in the city our drones would crash into buildings and our robots would fall into manholes. It would be disastrous. Whereas in the countryside, we have plenty of space to test our explosive machines and build the tallest roller coasters. The possibilities are endless. The fourth characteristic is the value of imagination. Romantics value imagination over reason. And engineers, we also value imagination because, well, we don't have any. By nature, we grew up being the people that needed reasonable explanations for everything. Santa Claus? How could he possibly make it to every house in one night? And the Tooth Fairy? What does she do with all those teeth? These are the questions that haunted us during childhood. We use math and science to prove that things exist, and we need imaginative people to inspire us to defy the odds of nature. The fifth characteristic is the value of the 5 senses. The Romantic era values these senses because that's how we get our information. We hear, taste, smell, feel, and see it. As engineers, we also value where we get our information from. This is important because if our data is wrong, it can be detrimental to human lives. That means no Wikipedia, of course. Most of the time, we use peer-edited articles or our own experimental data as a source of information. And more often than not, we use trial and error. But of course, this happens before actually humans can be harmed. The sixth characteristic is the value of individualism. Romantics value the embodiment of individualism, which is defined as the principle or belief in independent thought or action. As engineers, we value this too, but in our robots. We want our robots to think and act independently, so we program them to be autonomous. Autonomous means designing robots that do not need to be controlled by a remote, but can think and act on their own. Well, to a certain extent, of course. The seventh characteristic is the value of intuition. Romantics value the natural instincts of your intuition over conscious reasoning. Engineers also value your intuitive gut feeling when it comes to designing. In fact, an engineer's intuition can save a lot of time and money during the early phases of design. Without taking the time to calculate the force needed for Aladdin's magic carpet, or to test if a ball can float in open air, an engineer's intuition can tell you that both of those designs defy the laws of science. This doesn't mean they're impossible, but now we know we have to approach the design from a different angle. The eighth characteristic is the value of memory and nostalgia. Romantics value reminiscing in the past and cherishing our memories. Similarly, engineers also value their memory, but the memory of what not to do. As engineers, we make a lot of mistakes. It's part of our learn by doing mentality. However, we use our mistakes as a learning tool. It helps us improve our design. I mean, it took Thomas Edison over 1,000 tries before he perfected the light bulb. And the last characteristic that romantics and engineers share is the value of passion. Romantics cherish acting on passion and emotion in your daily life. And if you've ever got stuck chit-chatting with an engineer, you know that we'll talk your ear off about what we do, because we are very passionate about it. Whether it be an autonomous golf cart, an automatic sentry turret, or an adjustable roller coaster harness, which incidentally are all projects I've worked on myself here at Cal Poly, we will waste over 20 minutes of your time sharing in nitty-gritty detail about our obsession, because, well, we're passionate about it. That being said, engineers are obviously the most romantic individuals of our time.